It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, we've got Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Commanders and the Chiefs, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up, and we are underway from Commanders Field. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive, and he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 21 carries, 129 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Wiggles free. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They'll run here with a rookie. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he is the NFL leader in passing yards here in the penultimate week of the season as he looks to finish strong in order to capture the crown. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He's got the connection to Moore. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up fourth down. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The home team's offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Garoppolo now. He'll get this one to Patrick. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run again here with Robinson. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And running with power here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mahomes going to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Down to the 10, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and then also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Now Ryland for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Mahomes now to throw. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for KC. 45 yards. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They fake the give. Now Mahomes on the move to his left. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To the right side and caught by Sennett. And he's brought down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Garoppolo. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And
Illegal
I think he was
pass.
beyond the line of
Offense.
scrimmage when that ball left his hand. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. And here's Brad Robbins now. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They go play action. Now Mahomes. That one complete. He finds Shark. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd and a couple. Throwing now is Mahomes. You're going to be caught here left side. Moore. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Jalen Tolbert, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jaden Reed up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD was at halftime.
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hawkins. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. In motion goes Patrick. Again, it's Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. When you think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Mahomes. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hawkins.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Garoppolo now.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
To throw is Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding. Offense.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Mahomes now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And Shark calls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And again, it's Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Escapes the defender.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. To throw is Garoppolo.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he will have a Commanders first down, and that should just about do it. On the give, here's Robinson.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Garoppolo to throw. Dancing to his left.
Open man down the field. It's a tight end centered.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Garoppolo looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Here's 2nd down. Mahomes. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Washington, they improved to 14-2 with still one game left to be played in this regular